Imagine yourself standing outside a seven-star hotel lobby, and a blinding orange McLaren glides into the driveway, sending off ground-shaking vibrations. Then someone tan and tall emerges from the vehicle as the luxe butterfly doors rise. Quite evidently, the special someone didn't purchase that decent-looking sweater which is hugging his muscular upper assets at JCPenney. You've been witnessing the spectacle unfold before your eyes for about 20 seconds now. Here is our only question. Is he rich? Sometimes figuring out if someone is wealthy doesn't come with an instruction manual. And so, in today's video, we're bringing you 7 non-obvious signs someone is wealthy. Number 7. The flashy clothes they don't wear. Isn't it so that a general hallmark of the rich and famous is their glam-struck wardrobe and expensive attire? Well, not exactly. That might stand true the night of the Oscars, but with their everyday wear, most rich people aren't trying to impress the world with trend-setting fashion. They do possess a sense of fashion and styling which you can recognize by its subtle sophistication. They dress for comfort. Style is then understated. Designer logos aren't evident. Darker and more subtle colors are more common. Clothes fit well, flashy is a total mess. Speaking of buying things, why don't you check out our very own merchandise that we've prepared especially for you, our awesome fans? Linked in the description below. Number 6. The contacts they don't name. Do you know my friend so and so? Yeah, I was at so and so's house the other day. The other day when so and I went out for drinks. Such shameless name dropping is just the kind of thing that rich people avoid. It's easy to spot because it's such an overt tactic designed to impress other people. It's an automatic disqualification from the Who's Rich lineup. It's important to remember if your name is being name dropped, then you might be rich. But if you're the one name dropping, you're probably the opposite. Number 5. The wealth they don't flex. It's human psyche that when you're accustomed to nice things and large amounts of money, you don't really feel the need to talk about them. Trying to impress others with constant mentions of all their successes and accomplishments, randomly name dropping celebrities and influential people, counting all the oh so famous Hollywood stars who will be attending the party you were off to later that night, mindlessly going on and on about your luxury cars, and finally making empty, unsubstantial advances about doing potential future business together. All of these are portraits of the likes of party leaders, show-offs, and bankrupt failures who attempt to impress their way into the pockets of the rich and famous, and definitely not the rich themselves. This is simply because the rich wannabes feel like they have to talk about their riches because they harbor a sense of insecurity. Those who are truly successful don't have these misgivings, and so you won't hear them talk much about their wealth. Number 4. The fame they don't desire. Most celebrities and truly wealthy people, especially of the top 1% cream, are exhausted by the attention and paparazzi that they constantly get bamboozled with, so they try to avoid it whenever possible at all costs. If you don't fawn over them, ask for their autograph, or talk about how much you respect their work, they'll be more than fine with it, and might even as much as appreciate the gesture. Number 3. The unproductive interactions they avoid. Have you ever heard the expression, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room? Rich people seek out people who are smarter and more accomplished than themselves in one or more aspects. This doesn't necessarily only mean that they're looking for other people to hobnob with. Instead, what they're aiming for is to surround themselves with smarter and productive people, who not only they can learn from, but those who also push them to reach their maximum potential. Number 2. The intellectual conversations they prefer. Have you ever wondered what topics rich people conversate on with hanging out? Do you reckon it's something as petty as the length of their yachts or the companies they acquired the day before? Not at all. Their conversations mostly have to do with things to do with intellect. For instance, about what they're learning. Therefore, their preferred topics almost always seem more intellectual than practical, and likely have little to do with money. Number 1. The outgoing nature they don't have. Ultra rich people don't go out of their way to meet others. This makes them harder to notice. They're not overt in their behavior. In fact, they probably won't seek you out and try to talk to you. The richest person in the room is not the loud talking guy, making the rounds, glad handling, and trying to get his business card into everyone's pocket. Why not, you may ask? Simply because the richest person in the room doesn't have a meet and greet agenda. They really don't need to, and they've got much of nothing to prove. But don't mistake this for the assumption that they are all rude. In fact, most rich people have a very pleasant demeanor, but you'll hardly ever see them flitting around with some ulterior agenda. With that, we come to an end to today's video. If you have anything to add to today's healthy conversation, feel free to jump on in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, don't forget to join us on future videos for more of such mind-clearing content. Goodbye.